Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We are in the RS3, and in this video I want to talk about the 2025 Golf R, because obviously if you guys are familiar with my channel, I had a 2023 Golf R 20th anniversary. Sorry, let me turn down this fan speed a little bit here. I had a 2023 20th anniversary Golf R, and I loved it so much that I traded it in on an RS3. I know that doesn't really make sense. I want to talk about the 2025 Golf R, the changes, what I think of it, will I get the 2025, and just kind of talk about it just like I did with the M2. So the 2025 M2 is a little bit of a refresh, and I went over my thoughts on that car as well. But first off, let's start off in the front end, right? So obviously it's got a new bumper on it now. Gotta take off here real quick. So it's got a new bumper on the front. It looks like it's a little bit more aggressive than the current one. I'm kind of like 50-50 on it. I think the old one, or the older one, looked fine, and I think the new one looks fine. They both look good, no complaints there. The headlights, they did trim them up a little bit. I did like how the 2023 had the two beams in the headlight instead of just one projector. But the new updated headlights look fine as well. It looks like they kept the cornering light function and all that. And then the new daytime running lights have kind of a cool design where like the LED strip kind of goes around the headlight. It does have the illuminated Volkswagen logo on the front, so I think that'll look pretty cool at night. I do really like lighting, so I think that'll be kind of a cool little touch at night to have the illuminated Volkswagen logo. Obviously I want to see it in person, but based off of what I've seen so far, it looks to be fine. Going off to the side, looks like they put the R logo on the door. That is one thing they changed that I'm not a fan of. I did like it better when the R was kind of like a little plastic strip that was on the fender, but now the R is on the door, and it seems kind of weird. Like, it seems kind of a weird placement for it, so when you open your door, you'll just have like a weird, like, just R logo on the side. So that's like one of the only things they did on the new one that I kind of don't really like. The new wheels, the wheels look cool on the one they were advertising. By the way guys, the Golf R I'm talking about is the European version. Once the US version is revealed, it might have a few little tweaks, like the IQ taillights and stuff we might not get here in the States, but I'm referring to the European one. So the wheels that I saw on the blue one that they were advertising, they're cool looking wheels. I like them, don't get me wrong, but I do like a little bit more of a simplistic 5-spoke design. So like, for example, my M2 has a super complicated wheel design, and I had to get that because there was no like simple design available. But I would much rather have the simple design of like a split 5-spoke or something like that. Like that's what's on the current Golf R. But the new wheel design, it does look good regardless. It'll just be a hassle to clean it. And then the blackout package, I know a lot of people are really loving that blackout package. Again, I'm just not really a fan of everything being all blacked out. I don't like the car to look like a big sea of, like a big blob of black. I want it to look like, you know, have some design, have some bright work, some this, some that. The black one, it looks cool, don't get me wrong. I can see where someone could, you know, appreciate that look, but for me, just not really what I'm looking for. So I'd get the standard Golf R, not the blackout version. And I wish that they had a more simplistic wheel design, but the new wheel design is fine. Just, it'd be a pain in the butt to clean. Next up, let's talk about the taillights. The taillights do look very good on the new Golf R. I can't complain on the new taillights. Obviously it's the European one, which get the IQ taillights, so it might look a little different than the US spec version. So we'll have to wait till see what that looks like. But I'm sure it'll look just as good, if not better than the old one. Next up, let's go inside to the interior. So the interior of the new Golf R, it looks very similar. Obviously it has that massive screen now. I do like that the screen is bigger. However, the way they incorporate it into the dash, it sticks up a little high for my taste. Now I'm not concerned with it blocking the view. I did read some reports that it doesn't really block the view that much. The thing that I don't really like about it is just that it sticks up like so high, and it looks kind of like, I don't know, I wish it was more wide and not as tall, and it just looks a little awkward. Again, if I see it in person, it'll probably look fine. They still have like all the gloss black in the center area, which kind of sucks, because that's one thing I didn't like about my Golf R was all the gloss black. My 2022 GTI I had before the Golf R had the matte finish in the center console, and I actually like that better than the gloss. So they kept the gloss, unfortunately. They didn't put the matte finish, but that's okay, it's not the end of the world. Let's do a few little revs in this parking garage here. It's got a little something with the mid pipes installed. It's got a little something there. All right, guys, just got done with a little birthday dinner with the family. So next up, I want to talk about power, right? So the 2025 Golf R makes 328 horsepower and 315 pound-feet of torque. The DSG is the only option now, which makes sense. I mean, it's nice to have options. You know, the manual is cool to offer, but the DSG is so much better in every single way. Doesn't really make sense to get the manual regardless. If you guys own a manual Golf R, that's great. I understand you might just have to have a manual, but the Golf R is such a good package when paired with the DSG. So mine, which was a 2023, had 315 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. So the new one is up 13 horsepower and it's also up 15 pound-feet of torque. So obviously that's a good thing. You know, I'm glad that they keep raising the power. We'll see if it's actually faster, because Car and Driver got a trap speed of 111 and a 12.5 quarter mile with the current Golf R DSG. So if they get a 112 mile an hour trap speed and maybe like a 12.4, then it definitely has upgraded, or I say it has more horsepower. If it's the same exact time, then who knows if that horsepower actually made a difference or if they actually changed anything. There's only one thing that I wish they would have done on the new Golf R, and that's make this area not piano black. And then I hope that what they do with the transmission and engine tuning is make it feel powerful even when you're not like going all out, or even when you're not in like the sport modes. Because the current Golf R, mine was tuned, so mine felt a little different, but the current Golf R on the stock tune, it shifts very early in the RPM range that the engine feels kind of like it's bogging in the DSG. Like it shifts so early. Like you'll put your foot down like pretty far and it'll keep shifting early instead of like holding out the gears longer and giving you a little bit more power. So hopefully they fix that. This car, that is one thing this car does better, is even on the stock tune, it does do a better job of kind of shifting a little bit later in the RPMs and not shifting as early to where it feels like it's you know, kind of bogging the engine a little bit. I want to answer a question if I'll be getting the new Golf R. The answer is possibly. So it depends on a few things. So it depends on if I like the new Golf R in person. It depends on the price of the new Golf R, because if it's over 50 grand, I'm not even going to consider it, because I love the Golf R, but I don't want to pay over $50,000 for it. So if it's still under 50, possibly. I need to like the vehicle, so I need to actually look at it in person, possibly drive it to see if I really like it. And then another thing too is it depends on the trade-in value of the RS3. So if the RS3 still holds value pretty good, which it usually does in general, RS3s hold pretty good value. It depends on the trade-in value. So hopefully at that time the trade-in value will still be in the 60s. Again, that could be unrealistic, I don't know. We'll see what the market is like at that time. Obviously this is a 2024, so you know it's sometimes the KBB and all that, like there's not a lot of information out when it's a brand new year. But we'll see towards the later part of the year or whenever the new Golf R comes out. So my answer is possibly. So in my M2 video, I said I'm not getting the new M2, which means that I'm like 90% sure I'm not getting the new M2. This Golf R, I'm like, I don't know. I might get it depending on if I like it and all those other things I was telling you about. But let me know what you guys think of my little analysis on the new Golf R. I want to hear what you guys think of the new Golf R. Do you think that I should just keep the RS3 and not get the new Golf R? Do you think I should get the new Golf R? I want to hear what you guys think. Obviously, at the end of the day, I'm going to decide what I want to do, but I do value you guys' feedback and what you guys might like or think about, you know, the things that are kind of running through my head right now. So again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Let's do a little takeoff in the RS3 for the guys that stay till the end. Now there's a stop sign up there. I can't get up that fast. Let's see how it does. Lag. Now it takes off. You can even hear like a little like on the outside. That's so funny. I think they call that, what, turbo flutter or something? That little like, you guys know what sound I'm talking about, I think. Oh, that was fun. This car does sound good. Like, I do love the way this car sounds. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.